I think for for every one person that is real ignorant and offended, there's probably 10 more that even if they don't hunt, they understand
Right.
the value of it. And so yeah, you've got crazy people out there being crazy, of course, and you'll have that with anything. But I think, for the most part, I think most people are pretty reasonable about it. But at the end of the day, man, I think if we look at all things being equal, you've got uh, uh, a meat industry that is uh, really corrupt, really, I think,
Yeah.
immoral fundamentally. I mean, the idea that animals are born in some industrial farm somewhere with millions of other animals or hundreds of thousands of other animals packed into a 3 foot by 3 foot little box, just pumped full of hormones and
Yeah.
weird chemical laced food their entire life, and then slaughtered without ever mattering, without ever getting to explore or adventure or mate or dig or just experience life. I mean, these animals never get the opportunity to experience life, and that people would, and then they get shipped off to Walmart or Target or whatever, big big name supermarket, grocery
Yeah.
store people are going to, and people think that going and buying beef or um, you know pork from that type of system, to support that type of system, is somehow morally superior to taking an animal that is living its best life, running around
Right.
mating, fighting, doing what animals do, exploring, and then one day is eating a meal or is wandering around and then the lights just go out because it got taken by a hunter with a good shot. I think, man, that's not a that's the absolute best case scenario for an animal in the wild. I recently saw a video of a group of hyenas eating a gazelle that was pregnant and ripping her stomach open and tearing the baby out of her stomach
Yeah.
and eating it in front of her. And I think if you make any person watch that and say, okay, this is what death looks like in nature, if man doesn't intervene, it's either this or it's a bullet, a well placed shot that puts an animal down in a matter of seconds. Um, which would you take? I think any moral person would think that the most sympathetic death that an animal can receive is a gunshot or an arrow shot from a skilled hunter. And so, I think if anyone could just look objectively, yeah, it's sad that animals die, but it's also a fact of life.
Yeah.
And they're not going to stop dying if we as hunters stop killing them. What'll happen is that they're going to start dying in way more brutal, violent, terrible ways. And so, I feel like if you're an animal in the wild, the best case scenario for you is to get shot by a hunter. And I understand that not everybody understands that. Not everybody's going to like that. But the way that I see it, I think we are doing our part as part of the food chain, and we're doing it as ethically as we possibly can.